Hello, today we are going to be talking about verbal and non-verbal communication. Verbal communication is communication done using your spoken voice, whereas non-verbal communication is communication using other methods than your voice. So let's look at the notes. So, as you can see, verbal communication is communication to the use of spoken language, while non-verbal is communication through other methods of conversation. Verbal communication, what are the rules that you have to remember? Number one, you have to be clear. Whatever you want to say it out without any hidden messages. Number one, to be clear. State as clear as possible. Be concise. Make sure that your message is understandable and very clear, straight to the point. Concrete. Tell facts. No opinion, but facts. Number four, make sure that the information you share with other people is correct. Make sure there's a coherent aspect of your verbal communication. Do not mix and match. For example, if I'm talking about football, my whole communication should be about football. For example, if I am talking about Arsenal and the style of football that they are playing this season, your whole message should concentrate on Arsenal football style. So you'll be talking about Arsenal, whatever facts you know about Arsenal, whatever opinions. Make sure everything is about Arsenal. Don't suddenly talk about Manchester United. You were talking about Arsenal. Now why are you talking about Manchester United? So make sure that your message is coherent. Make sure there's a flow. If you're talking about Arsenal, talk about Arsenal. Do not suddenly add about Manchester United. Number 6. Complete. Make sure you complete your sentences. Don't leave it halfway and say, today I will be talking about Arsenal football. No, make sure you complete your whole sentence. I believe that Mikel Arteta has to be supported not only by the fan but as well as the make sure that your message is complete. Do not leave any sentences hanging. Number 7, be courteous. Be polite when you're talking. So these are the 7 rules that you have to remember. Clear. Make sure your message is clear, straight to the point, no hidden messages. Number 2, concise. Make sure it's understandable. Number 3, concrete. Provide facts. Number 4, correct. Make sure that your information is correct. Number 5, coherent. Make sure there's a flow of the conversation. If you are talking about Arsenal FC, talk about Arsenal FC. Don't suddenly talk about something else. Make sure there's a proper flow. Complete your sentences. Don't leave it hanging. I believe that Arsenal FC should be, well, never mind. No, it must be complete. I think Arsenal FC is struggling at the moment. Make sure it's complete. Courteous. Be polite when you are speaking. So that is verbal communication, communication using the spoken language, using your voice. And I went through the 7 rules to remember for verbal communication. Next, we are going to look at non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication. Okay, we'll continue. Non-verbal communication, communication through other methods. So, there are there are 9 non-verbal communication. We'll go through this one by one. Eye gestures, body language, body posture, hand gestures, appearance, facial expression, distance, touch, and paralinguistic features. So the first one is eye gestures. When you are talking to someone, it is polite if you look at that person face to face. I repeat, when you're talking to someone, it is polite to have eye gestures. I mean, you look at your audience. If you are giving a speech, do not look at one particular person, but look at everyone. Look at all your audience. Why? Because if you have eye contact with other people, it shows that you are appreciating, you are thankful, you are showing that you are thankful to the audience for spending time listening to your speech. It is also a great way to create good lasting relationship. So when you talk to someone, maintain eye contact. Eye gestures also include like winking. Winking is as though, when you are talking to someone, make sure there is eye contact and perhaps use 1 or 2 winks. Body language. Body language means information that you get from the in body language is as you can see, unconscious movement from the speaker that tells you his or her feelings at the moment. For example, let's take for example, my girlfriend broke up with me, and my friends look at me. I'm slouching. I feel so sad. You say, Adit, how are you? I heard your girlfriend dumped you. I'm okay. My girlfriend just dumped me. I'm okay. Oh, it could be, I'm okay. My girlfriend just dumped me, but I'm okay. As compared to this, Adit, how are you? I heard your girlfriend dumped you. I'm okay. Girlfriend just dumped me. I'm okay. Number 1, you see him slouching. And although he say, I'm okay, yet by looking at him, you know he's not okay. He's just lying to us. But if you see him, I'm okay. If you see him moving, I'm okay. My girlfriend dumped me, but I'm still okay. I can find another girlfriend. You know that he's okay. He's really okay. So you can find out more about the person's attitude, feelings, and behavior just by looking at his body language. Next, body posture. Okay, for example, I am giving a speech in front of everybody, so I want to look my best. I stand up straight. stand up straight and look at everybody, smile. His body posture shows that he is confident. He knows what exactly is he trying to say. But if you see him slouching, I don't think he knows what he's trying to say. So, body language, it tells you the hidden meaning, it tells you the attitude, the behavior of the speaker at that moment. Body posture just shows how confident he is regarding to what is spoken. Yes, as you can see, I'm sitting down and I'm slouching. I want to be as comfortable as possible. So, we'll move on to number 4. Yes, we do this all the time. We use a lot of hand gestures. Some people, when they talk, they unconsciously use hand gestures to explain. You can use hand gestures, but not too many hand gestures. For example, I was giving a speech and I did not realize that my hands were, let's just say, I was not showing this finger. If you understand, I was not showing this finger. And I kept on moving my fingers and people were offended. Seriously, I wasn't aware that I was using another finger to point around, but yeah, if you want to use hand gestures, make sure that you are aware of what exactly you're doing. You do not want to go around showing the wrong finger, showing the wrong gestures. Next, appearance. Appearance means whatever that you are wearing at the moment. If I am giving a lecture, I will use formal clothes with black pants and black shoe. I'll comb my hair. Why? Because I want to show that I'm professional. But if I'm using short pants and sleeveless shirts and a slipper, the person might be thinking, this guy is not professional at all. So appearance, it shows how professional you are. Imagine if I come to class using jeans and t-shirt, walking around with slippers, you will feel, I don't think he knows what he's doing. Appearance to show how professional you are. We have next we have facial expression. Facial expression, movements in your face. You can smile, he's a warm person. You can frown, he's very angry. Wink, okay. Winking, grinning, is very, very happy. So facial expression, it's important because it shows your attitude. It shows how you feel at that moment. So for example, and you must be careful of what facial expression that you are using at that moment. If you are going to deliver a bad news, don't tell me you will be smiling. Excuse me, sir, but you have cancer and you're gonna die in a few weeks. I'm so sorry. What? If you're giving bad news to someone, use appropriate facial expression. Excuse me, sir, I'm so sorry to tell you, but you have cancer. You have stage 4 throat cancer, and I'm really sorry to tell you, but you have a few more weeks to live. I'm so sorry. So, if I'm expressing bad news, I must have a sudden facial expression. If I'm giving good news, I should have good facial expression. Like, Congratulations! You just won. Congratulations! You have a new baby boy. I'm so happy for you. Expressing yourself. Number 7, we have distance. Distance shows you the relationship between people. I'll use an easy example. Let's say my boss is a female. I have a female boss and I'm speaking to her. I cannot be very close to her. For example, I'm talking to my boss right now. This is me and this is my boss. And my boss is a female. So, me, and my boss. My boss is a female. So I can't stand very close to her because it might be awkward. But if, let's say, like I am talking to my father, I can be a bit more closer because I have a personal relationship with him. So distance shows the relationship between two people. If I'm teaching, and a male student of mine, called me over and asked me to help him so I can stay a bit closer to his table. Because he's a guy, I'm a guy, okay, that's okay. But let's say my student is a female student and I'm a male lecturer. My student asked me for help. My female students asked me for help. So the distance I have with her is different compared to the distance I have with my male student. So relationship. Next we have touch. Number 8 we have touch. Touch shows you the relationship and the closeness of two people. For example, I have my nephew. My nephew is 2 years old and he's sleeping at the moment. But suddenly he wakes up and starts screaming. So I go to him, I say, "Boy, what's going on? Why are you shouting? It's okay, I am here. Uncle is here. Don't worry. Did you have a nightmare? Come, you're safe, you're okay." I can pat my nephew's hand, touch my nephew's hand, hug him, because he's my nephew. If I have, let's say my mom, I have really bad news, and I tell my mom bad news. She will come, she will put her hands over me. "It's okay, Adit, it's okay. Never mind, you can try again." Touch. It shows the relationship between two people. Or let's say like I'm a nurse and I have a patient and I am giving patient bad news. So I'll touch his hand. Excuse me sir, but I'm so sorry to say that you have cancer, stage 4 blood cancer. I'm so sorry, uncle. Later the doctor will come and explain about palliative care. I'm so sorry, uncle. The nurse touches the patient's hand to tell bad news. So we have gone to number 1 to number 8. I repeat: number 1, eye contact, have eye contact with the person you're talking to. Body language, it tells you the speaker's emotion, behavior at that moment. Body postures, it shows how confident the speaker is at that moment. Hand gestures, you can have hand gestures, but be careful of your hand gestures that you use. For example, in the Tamil society, this means eat. But in the Italian society, this means something bad. So if I'm speaking to Indians, come let's eat, okay, come let's eat. But if I'm speaking to Italian and if I show this, they might be offended. So hand gestures, be conscious of what hand movements you have at that moment. Appearance means whatever that you're using at that moment. For example, I am going to see my girlfriend's parents for the first time. So obviously I want to impress my girlfriend's parents. So I'll wear shirt and a tie, slacks, I'll comb my hair, I'll shave, just to have a good impression. But if, let's say, I'm meeting my girlfriend's parents for the first time and I go to the house with short pants, a singlet, I have a lot of beard, my hair is not combed, I walk around with a slipper, the parent must say, girl, I think you found a wrong person. Get rid of him. Yeah, out. But if I see the parents for the first time and if I use formal clothes to say, girl, good choice. When can you get married to the guy? So appearance, it shows how professional you are. Appearance also, it depends on the situation. Don't tell me you are going to play basketball with jeans and t-shirt. That's, people think you're funny. If I'm playing basketball, I'll use perhaps I'll use the proper attire, the basketball pants, the basketball shoe, and the basketball jersey. So appearance, it depends on the situation you are at that moment or you will be going. Facial expression is smiling, frowning, grinning, winking. It depends on what situation you are at the moment. If you are giving good news, smile. Congratulations on your newborn child. You must be so happy. Oh, I'm giving bad news. Uncle, I'm so sorry. I just heard you were diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. I'm so sorry. Proper facial expression. We have distance. Distance, it shows you the relationship between two speakers. If the distance I have with me and my dad is closer compared to the distance I have with my boss. My boss is a female, so I keep a bit distance. That shows you the relationship and how close you are to the person. For example, my nephew just had a nightmare, so I go to him, boy, you just had a nightmare. Don't worry, you're safe. Now we have paralinguistic features. Paralinguistic features is the characteristic of spoken language. I repeat, paralinguistic features is characteristic of spoken language. The first one is tone. For example, I'm talking to you at this moment. So you can hear my tone is fluctuating, going up and down, as opposed to monotone. Okay, today we are going to talk about paralinguistic features. Paralinguistic features is characteristic of spoken language. Monotone, like a robot. Who would you rather listen to? Someone whose tone is fluctuating, showing that he's so happy, versus very serious. We are going to be talking about tone. Number one, tone. When you speak to someone, when you want to express happiness, you must have a happy tone. Congratulations on your newborn child. You must be very happy, as opposed to you are going to deliver bad news. I'm so sorry, uncle. I just heard you had stage 4 cancer. Tone. Again, it depends on the situation. Volume. How loud you are speaking. If I am giving a speech at the moment and there's no mic, so what I'll do, I'll speak a bit louder so the person at the back of the classroom is able to hear what I'm trying to say. Or if let's say I'm conducting a class among 5 students, don't tell me I'll be talking loudly. So I'll talk softly because there's only 5 students and they're sitting in front of me. So volume, it depends how loud or soft you are speaking. Pronunciation, how you pronounce the word. If I am talking to Malaysian Indians, I will pronounce my words like how an Indian pronounce his words. For example, I don't think you can do like that. It's a bit difficult pronunciation. But if I'm talking to, if I'm talking to an Australian, I'll have an Australian pronunciation. Okay, mate, there won't be a problem. It'll be solved sooner. Pronunciation. I do have to apologize because my pronunciation and slang accent, I cannot differentiate. I can't use different pronunciation, different slang, different accent. I have to think when I interact with people, and then my pronunciation can change. But at the moment when I'm giving a video, I can't just change my pronunciation, slang, and accent at any given moment. That's pronunciation. Slang. Okay. Slang, it shows that where you are from. Okay. If I make it easier, slang, accent, it's almost the same. So slang is, let's say, like, I always hear this, perhaps, nothing's coming to my mind at the moment. Slang, I don't know. I think slang, accent, maybe for example, like if I'm in Australia, people say, Adit, did you have your brekkie? Did you have a brekkie? Brekkie is breakfast. So he is speaking to me in an Australian slang. Crikey, that was so dangerous. Australian slang, Australian pronunciation, accent. Perhaps accent is like you are speaking with a Kelantanese accent whenever you are speaking to someone who is from Kelantan, and you are speaking in a Sabahan accent whenever you are speaking to a Sabahan. But I will not mix a Kelantanese accent when I am speaking to someone from Sabah because he might not understand me. So pronunciation, slang, accent, it depends on who you are talking at that moment and where are you at that moment. For example, if I speak to my friend from China, I will use more of a Chinese accent, of a Chinese slang. If I'm talking to a Malaysian Chinese uncle, I say, Uncle very expensive lah, a bit cheaper lah. Please lah, a bit cheaper, give discount lah, cheap A Malaysian Chinese accent, again, forgive me, my accent is not that up to par at the moment. Vocab. You use easier words when you're talking to someone. For example, if I'm a nurse and I can't say words like I can't use jargons like, for example, nothing comes into my mind again. I can't use terms like paracetamol, Synflex. I can't use specific terms, specific words used in the nursing vocab when I'm speaking to a patient. I will just say, Uncle, instead of saying, Uncle, you need to take 550 grams of paracetamol or 550 grams of Synflex. I will say, Uncle, you have to take Panadol. Make sure you have the strongest version of the Panadol. Use simple words. Pitch. Don't be pitchy. If let's say like pitchy, for example, I'm singing a song, tomorrow, better bottoms on tomorrow. My voice is very pitchy. I don't know how else to explain pitch. Fluent. When you are speaking to someone, find out exactly how fluent he is. For example, if I'm speaking to an native English speaker, I'll be much more fluent. I'll use more complex words because he's very fluent in English. If I'm talking to someone in the kampong and his English is not that good, so I will use simple words. So fluency, it depends on how fluent the other person is. Pause. To add dramatic effects. Suddenly, he heard a sound. He heard the door opening. He was taken back. He was shocked. He didn't know what was going on. Who was opening the door? Or let's say a sonnet creeps in its petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. The way to dusty that out, breathe candle. So your pauses is to add dramatic effects. Stress is like you want to stress on one particular word. The sentence is, I cannot believe you did that. So I want to stress on the word I. I cannot believe you did that. Or let's say I'm surprised that he did that. So I say I'm surprised you did that. Stress to highlight which is the most important point. I can't believe you did that. You're stressing on I. I cannot believe you did that. You're stressing on the activity. That. We have speed or speech, how fast you are communicating with the other person. If let's say like I'm speaking to my colleague, so I'll speak to him or her very fast. But if I'm speaking to my patient, to my student, I will slow down. If I'm speaking to a friend who is my age, I'll be speaking very fast. But If I am talking to my nephew who's 3 years old, don't tell me I'll speak to him very fast. He might not understand me, so I'll go like, it's okay. It was just a nightmare. Uncle, I'm here right now. Nothing will happen to you right now. Sign language. Sign language, you can use your hand gestures. Like I said just now, be careful of what sign languages that you are using. Your gestures. This in the Indian society is come let's eat, but this in the Italian society means something else. So be careful of the hand gestures that you're using. And the last one is sign language. You know, the actual sign language that deaf and mute people will use. For example, I'm holding my chest. Thank you. Sign language used by deaf and mute people. So we have gone through non-verbal communication, and we have gone through verbal communication. In the next video, we are going to focus on barriers of communication. Okay, that's it. Thank you.